Hey everybody, Corey here of Kessel Run Transmissions, and with the final season of Clone Wars now 25% of the way through, actually I think a little more than 25% of the way through, with the Bad Batch finishing this weekend, we've got another custom Clone Wars action figure showcase, and since Hasbro refuses to make any 3 3/4 inch animated Clone Wars figures, they're going to be putting them in the Black Series and Vintage collection. That is where one of my best friends, Ross MGF Customs, came in, and the last figure you guys saw on the showcase that he made was ARC Trooper Jesse, but today we've got ARC Trooper 5s, my favorite Star Wars character, alongside Clone Trooper Kix. Ross, what's up, dude?
How's it going, Corey?
Good, man. This is we've shot this quite a bit, but we're back, shooting it again. So first and foremost, dude, we have been covering a bunch of Clone Wars stuff the last couple of weeks on the channel, but these figures are absolutely stunning.
Thanks, man.
So we're going to start off, I want to save the best for last. So 5s is going to be saved for last, and we're going to focus on Clone Trooper Kix first. If you guys remember in the first Bad Batch episode, he was present. So tell me how you made this figure.
Yeah, so Kix was, believe it or not, one of the more straightforward clones to make, and it really came down to painting those 3 symbols, because a lot of the blue design work is pretty straightforward with Kix. I mean, you have to apply a little bit of precision on the torso with the markings there, but primarily, once I got through all of the blue designs, it was definitely those symbols, like the medical symbol on the left shoulder, and then the 2 that I painted onto the backpack as well. Those I had to obviously paint freehand 3 times, and it's not necessarily the easiest thing working with white paint and then red paint. Definitely have to keep things really clean, really precise, and make sure you're paying attention while painting something that precise, and considering there's also a limited amount of space to work with. Of course, just actually trying to fit in each little part of the design was challenging as well. There were moments where I was questioning if I was going to be able to make it look accurate, and I think it came together pretty well.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking at those designs right now, the medical symbols, and that's just, I don't know how you did that. That looks like a complex design. Which one was harder to do, Jesse's helmet emblem or that?
Jesse's helmet emblem was a little more tedious.
Yeah.
Just because I had to go slower with that to make sure it was as clean as possible. So I would probably say Jesse's helmet, because a big challenge when painting these clones generally that really doesn't get talked about too much by action figure customizers, and I certainly am pretty new to the action figure customizing world, because I've always been a Lego customizer, and that's kind of my thing. But when painting these action figures of clones, because you're painting onto white plastic, the fun part about white plastic is if you screw up and that paint seeps into the white plastic, it's not coming out so easy.
Yeah.
So you really got to be careful and go slow, and that was definitely the biggest challenge, I think, with painting Jesse's helmet, is just, taking it slow and pacing myself.
Right. Well, this Kix looks fantastic. I was saying to you earlier how when I was looking at it, it literally looks like it just came out of Hasbro's factory. And it's a real shame, man, that we're not seeing any of these clones actually produced in any scale, it seems. So That's unfortunate, but that is
really changed.
Oh yeah, that is Clone Trooper Kix, so let me put him down. And next up is ARC Trooper 5s, my personal favorite, as I've said. But I guess before we actually take a look at him, I did put on the Camino head, which fit perfectly onto his ball joint there. I did not expect it to fit as seamlessly as it did, but yeah, it really works great, and it's cool that he kind of has like a removable helmet, if you will. But I guess the number one thing to focus on first is the helmet, because this, I mean, the Rishi Eel design, dude, that does not look easy at all to do.
Yeah, I think you were actually sitting there with me when I painted that helmet, and because I actually started on 5s last year and then just now recently wrapped things up for Corey, and Yeah, it is definitely, I would say, the most challenging part of the figure besides the legs. If I didn't run into that problem with the legs, as mentioned, I think that it definitely would have been the hardest part of the figure, but the legs and the precision required there is where things got the most challenging for sure.
Wow. Yeah, I think that one of the crazy thing to me about Hasbro is the fact that they never made a Fives in his ARC Trooper armor. I feel like that was a no-brainer, especially after the Citadel, even before Umbara. But this is based on his Phase 2 armor, right? The Umbara look. So...
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a combination of both, to be honest with you, the way I painted it in some spots. But it's primarily the Phase 2 Umbara design that is what I was going for.
Yeah. It looks fantastic. I think we also see him in this. It's the same in the Order 66 arc, right? The last time we see him.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, if you guys own any of these figures, you know that the articulation is always spot on for the Phase 2 body and the ARC Trooper body. I think these are some of the more articulated Clone Wars figures that Hasbro put out. But yeah, these figures are absolutely phenomenal, and I think that it's the perfect way to celebrate the return of the show. As I said to you earlier, dude, like this Fives is by far my favorite figure that I own in my collection.
Hell yeah, that was the idea. Make the best 3 3/4 inch Fives, and that was kind of a big thing for me too. Just yesterday when I was doing the day before yesterday when I was doing the final photo shoot of these two figures, just letting go of them, because I'm pretty proud of these two, and to me they're like, it's a dream come true for me too. So making the perfect 3 3/4 inch Fives and Kix was really cool, and then throwing them into a box to send them on their way to someone who will enjoy them forever. It's been pretty cool, man. It was a cool process and pretty rewarding.
That's right. I am the biggest ARC Trooper fan, as you said in the last video. So
that's correct.
No, in all honesty, yeah, Fives. I've always wanted an ARC Trooper Fives figure, and to actually have one fully animated is fantastic. Now, Ross, people keep on asking me, so we'll have to address it, about commissions. Now, you have stated that right now that is not in the cards.
Yeah, right now it's definitely a bit of a challenge because, of course, this is just kind of a little side gig that I've been doing for you at the moment, and it's certainly something I'm absolutely considering doing in the near future. But running my own custom LEGO YouTube channel where I make my own custom LEGO minifigures and have been doing that since 2009, that is always my priority creatively, and right now working on a brand new showcase for the series finale of the Clone Wars. It takes so long to do these figures that, considering I already am behind on so many projects over there, adding in even more to do over here on the action figure side of things is just not really something I'm in a position to do in the very near future, but certainly this year, I would imagine.
All right. Well, whenever Ross does open up commissions for these figures, we will be doing a video on it so that you guys are aware. I know a lot of you guys are interested in them. But yeah, so stay tuned for something like that, and we'll continue to do some showcases here. Me and Ross have talked about making the full Umbaran team, so this is kind of part one, I guess, of our little Umbara project. So stay tuned for the rest of them. This is Kix and Fives. I think there's Hardcase, Jesse, Tup, Dogma. You guys know the clones, and we'll be doing videos on those, in the near future. Next week we'll have a custom from actually another customizer named Peak Obi-Wan. So stay tuned for that. And if you guys get the gist of the next arc, you should have an idea of who that's going to be. So, where can everybody follow you on social media to see all your work?
Yes, you can find me on YouTube at Michael MGF. That's my main channel. And then everywhere else, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at MGF Customs.
Perfect. All right, guys, you can follow us here at Kessel Run Transmissions, as well as on Twitter at KR Transmissions. And I hope you guys are enjoying the Return of the Clone Wars just as much as we are. So thank you all for watching. And as always, may the Force be with you.